They've always been a great team, and we caught them while they were hot, and we're catching them while they're hot again. And this is a young team led by a great coach, great quarterback, great players all around. They got a great defense. They've been very disruptive up front. Just got to come and execute. I think it starts in the trenches in a game like this, and we've been able to run the ball effectively. And so, hopefully we continue to oppose our will up front.
When you see 9 sacks, how much does that get your attention? And you say, yeah, that can't happen if we're going to win this game.
You don't think about that. You try and think about what you can control. Keeping the main thing, going, trying to be the best we can be and control what we can. So that's the approach.
You mentioned the guys up front. That was Saquon's biggest game of the year. You had the 2 big runs. How much can you take from that moving forward?
From
just as far as being able to dominate in that particular way, can you take a lot from that, or do you expect adjustments?
Well, I think every game is its own game. So obviously we're going to look back at the tape and look at this team, and like we said, this team is different than what it was. We just got to go out there and execute.
Jalen made a point of how you were not wearing sleeves at practice last week. It's the same thing today. Is that intentional on your part?
No, no message. It's just going out there, getting ready for practice. That's how I play, so try and keep it very consistent.
Jalen, when you rewatched the game from this past weekend, what were some of your takeaways from your play?
I mean, I think there are some opportunities. There's always going to be something that you want back. You wish you could have done or taken advantage of, but ultimately, I think we all made plays when we needed to the most, and I think that's what matters.
When you see, it's very unusual for AJ to have 1 catch. I think since you guys have been together, it's only happened one other time you won the game against the Chiefs. But when that happens, is there any focus like, hey, we got to try to get him the ball more when you get ready for the next game?
I think just getting everybody involved is important and making an effort to be efficient in what we do. He's a big part of what we do. Devontae is a big part of what we do. Dallas, Saquon, everybody has a role. And so I think it comes down to managing everything that we have and trying to take advantage of everything and being efficient.
We've heard you talk about getting into a rhythm. What goes into getting you into a rhythm early in the game?
It looks different. Every game is different, like I said. I think you guys need to understand that I don't play the game for anything other than to win. And my role in each game will be different. And the approach in each game is different. And, you just want to go out there and do your job and take advantage of opportunities, obviously. And I think some things are magnified a little bit more because there's less opportunity in certain areas. But ultimately, it's about winning the game. We're talking about playoff football.
This past game, I think, was the first time, I don't know, maybe one of the first times I ever saw you take one from under center and not do play action. Why was that the right time? And what kept you guys?
I didn't call that play, so wasn't necessarily. I don't know that I can answer that question. I think that's a Kellen question, okay. But there's a first time for everything, and I think that's something that, I don't mind doing. I think that also, I know that I'm capable of doing all of these things. It's just a matter of the approach we take and what we do.
I was talking to Jordan Mailata about leadership, and with Jason Kelce retiring last year, Jordan said he wanted to step up as a leader and being a captain and everything, and Lane as well on the line. How have they helped you out with leadership on offense especially?
Everybody, I look at it and I see everyone making an impact and making a difference in their own way. And when you think about everything coming back to what the root is, I think the root is just winning. Winning, understanding the mission of the team, and I think it's very cool to see how people come together and do that. And to those 2 guys specifically, just their experience, the wisdom, how they play, how they approach it, and then they've been fortunate to have Jason Peters, all of these guys that have been there in the room. And I've been fortunate to play with Jason Peters and see how he plays, see how he works, and then see how Jason Kelce knows and understands the knowledge, the game and everything that comes with the game from his position. And so those are all things to be respected, and I know that Lane and Jordan heavily respect that out of everyone that they've been able to be around, all the teammates.
When you see teams trying to take away Saquon Barkley, which obviously has happened from, they've tried from time to time, how, do you feel the answers as far as accounting for that, how you guys are able to adjust, in-game, mid-game and everything to account for that?
Yeah, I don't think kind of loaded a little bit. I don't think that there's been a game where he's been taken away.
Right, but they try to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They try, He's a great player, and I think we complement each other well. And he's been able to just get dirty yards, and soon enough he pops one off. And so that's been a big part of our success this year as a team, and that's a credit to everyone playing a role in that. Blocking out wide, holding backside players, off of a fake, a down block or a pull, or the identification up front, and everyone being on the same page. It's a collective effort.
Do you expect a lot of blitz this week? They've had success this last game. Do you expect a lot? Do you welcome it?
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know really what they're going to do. It's a great team. I think even Green Bay kind of did some different things that we were not expecting as an offensive unit. And so, it's the playoffs. Got to be ready for everything.
What have you seen from Saquon in terms of taking care of himself and being 100% late in the season after 400 touches?
It's impressive. You see it. It's not normal. He's a special player, and to know he's been doing it for a while here, and he's had some things he's had to battle through, but he's come in very hungry, very dedicated, just to work that. Starting in the offseason, rushing to try and catch and talk and just get on the same page, and it's been great.
What's been your assessment of the screen game this season? What's been your assessment of the screen game? And
I have no assessment of it. I think overall we just got to be able to use the different things that our offense is capable of doing.
On Sunday, I think it was Slayton who threw Saquon to the ground, and you got up in his face. Did you kind of have the offensive lineman mentality there about how they protect you to get up in that?
It wasn't. It's just a natural reaction.
How much do you think AJ? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You said after the Super Bowl loss that you either win or you learn. And what have you kind of learned since that night that has helped you that now in the thick of these playoffs again?
Yeah. It's been great, just the approach and the growth and the learning lessons along the journey of everything. You have these special opportunities, and you definitely want to take advantage of them. And we're taking it one day at a time, but it comes down to keeping the main thing, and improving. When you win, you're winning, you're beating your opponent, but improving is beating yourself. And we just want to. I always think that it comes down to just how am I learning from my moments, my experiences, and applying them to the next opportunity. And you want to take advantage of those opportunities. So I think that's where I am, in an improvement mindset, and just trying to take steps every day. I think this team is at that same place. There's no complacency. There's no lack of hunger. It's just taking it one day at a time, and just doing it.
How much do you think?
You mentioned before that all you care about is winning, and I'm curious what it's taken from you personally this year in this offense, where there may be a time where the passing game takes a backseat and there's questions about it, or and you've talked with your coach, you talked about the good conversations you've had. What has it taken personally from you this year
Yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and it's been a great journey of just evolving. You know, I was just talking to Tanner and telling him how fortunate I am to be able to learn as much ball as I've been able to learn with the different faces that I've been with. You know, you guys heard me talk about continuity so much. However, there's a backside to that, and there's an appreciation there to be able to take in as much knowledge as I can. And I think that helps me and furthers my knowledge in the game. And so it truly is about winning. It truly is about winning. I don't know. Doesn't matter how it looks. Doesn't matter how it looks. And I think people kind of winning and losing, success and failures are relative to the person. You know, and winning as a team is what's important to me.
When it
Thanks,
comes
John.
to
That's it, guys. You gotta roll. Thanks, John.